100% of those donations goes to research. And here's Caitlin Clark.
Clark will fire. You bet! From O'Hare. Was trying to redirect a pass. Clark. Oh my! From Schenectady.
The basketball stardom of Caitlin Clark has developed into a remarkable tale. Through her NCAA record-breaking scoring performances and her innovative point guard gameplay, she established deep three-pointer shots and flashy passing while maintaining fierce competitive determination to become the most discussed female basketball player in the sport today. The WNBA rookie transition has changed the focus of discussions regarding Clark. Multiple analysts agree that she'll become the top rookie in WNBA history. The majority remain uncertain about her defensive abilities and professional level of physicality. The discussion continues in full force between experts who analyze the situation. The analyst's opinion about Caitlin will follow shortly after you subscribe to our updates.
In 2024, the WNBA welcomed a revolutionary talent, a generational force poised to change the game. Even before stepping onto the court,
Clark demonstrates an offensive style of play that belongs to this entire generation. During her senior year at Iowa, Clark led the nation with 31.6 points and 8.9 assists and 7.4 rebounds per game while becoming the top scorer and assist leader of the season, which demonstrates her remarkable ability to control multiple game aspects. Her scoring ability, along with her facilitation skills, has led analysts to draw parallels between her gameplay to Steph Curry and other top playmaking talents. Because of her absurd shooting range, opponents must expand their defense to its maximum extent, which leaves teams unable to decide what action to take. Should defenders leave the arc to defend the near-logo three-point attempts of this player? Because it creates open opportunities in the paint. Watching her effortlessly sink deep shots from home base while defenders stay close to her or extend their defense beyond the arc is their dilemma. The WNBA transition will be smooth for Clark because she can create her own scoring opportunities, according to analysts. Clark operates as an independent offensive engine because she possesses self-sufficiency in offensive play beyond what most college players display. She can perform pull-ups while dribbling, while using screens to approach the basket and launch step-back jumpers from distances which make most players uncomfortable. Clark's shooting skills extend beyond distance because she combines fast releasing motions with the ability to fire while moving and the courage to launch shots despite defensive hand interference. This distinctive collection of abilities transforms her into a player who presents almost insurmountable defensive challenges.
WNBA great George Gervin also stepped up to defend Caitlin Clark, and his words were just as impactful. Gervin didn't shy away from calling out the disrespect, making it clear that Caitlin's talent is something to be celebrated.
Her ability to make plays stands equal to her scoring talent despite receiving less recognition. Her assists result from more than just control of the ball because she actively deceives defenders before delivering precise passes. She leads transitions while delivering precise passes to her teammates, which allow them to score easily. When operating in half-court situations, she analyzes defense structures like a medical professional to locate her cutter players while passing accurately through no-look passes to generate scoring possibilities that would otherwise be impossible. Her outstanding court vision acts as a major factor in making her a threatening offensive threat.
His words hit hard, putting those critics right in their place. What Barry had to say is something every Caitlin Clark doubter needs to hear.
Clark displays her ultimate offensive strength by performing at the highest levels when faced with pressure situations. Double teams and box-and-one defenses and full-court presses never stopped Clark from performing at her best during her college career.
I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls.
Well, of course.
That made it like, oh, that gained my respect.
The pressure only helped her reach new heights in her game. She continuously adjusted her game to adapt against all defensive strategies that opponents employed. She developed into a playmaker after opponents attempted to restrict her shot attempts. She adapted by using her footwork to break free from defenders who tried to push her to her left side while she improved her finishing technique. She continued to score despite physical defense because she used contact as an opportunity and developed alternative scoring methods. The rare level of resilience she displays makes many people believe she's prepared for WNBA competition.
Because it shows exactly why she deserves all the respect she's earned.
Her self-assurance, along with her competitive nature, creates strong evidence that she'll make an immediate difference in the WNBA. Her gameplay extends beyond talent because she combines it with an aggressive swagger, which drives her greatest performances. She possesses something rare that distinguishes top-notch players from legendary ones. She uses her voice to confront opponents and her hands to applaud against them, then takes the lead for her team during critical moments. Clark has a mindset that suggests she'll take on WNBA competition instead of blending in because she'll make the most of every opportunity to succeed. Clark's ability to succeed in the next level goes beyond statistics and highlights because she brings an exceptional way of playing the game. Her actions make defenses change their strategies while she pushes boundaries of the floor space and helps her teammates reach higher levels. The professional standard of Clark's basketball intelligence, coupled with her advanced skills for scoring and passing, already exist, and she continues to prove herself in crucial situations. Believers in her potential do not wonder about her transition to the next level, but focus on its speed of achievement. And given everything we've seen from her so far, it might not take long for Caitlin Clark to take over the WNBA. Some people doubt that Clark will immediately replace the current league leader. One of the biggest concerns? Defense. Offensively, she's established historic numbers, but defensively, she shows fewer dominant performances. She contributed to Iowa's defensive system through zone plays, which hid her defensive vulnerabilities because the team needed her energy for her heavy offensive workload. Defense was a rarity in her college system because she spent minimal time guarding top opponents while dealing with the demanding defensive schemes that dominate WNBA competition. The doubts emerge from this situation.
By the end of her first season, one thing was crystal clear: a monster had arrived.
Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
WNBA competition presents an entirely different defensive challenge from what she faced in college. Clark faces WNBA guards who are superior in strength and velocity to the majority of her college opponents during each evening matchup. She'll defend against Arik Ogunbowale and Kelsey Plume and Sabrina Ionescu, who use defensive mismatches to dominate their opponents.
And in today's video, we'll break down the facts, dive into the numbers, and predict what her second season might look like.
She'll have to face many more one-on-one defensive challenges in the WNBA because college defenses such as help defense and zone coverage were not as prevalent. Will she successfully defend against fast-moving guards who become her collegiate opponents? Will she succeed in navigating through screens as she handles difficult pick-and-roll actions on the court? Scouts present questions about her performance in these areas. Scouts have raised strong doubts about her ability to move laterally quickly. Clark shows high motor, but many question her ability to defend quick guards who are smaller than her. She preferred to chase steals instead of playing fundamental defense when she played at Iowa. Her defensive strategy yielded occasional impressive plays, yet exposed her to quick opponents who would easily pass her by or drive to the basket. Game offensives in the WNBA utilize complex strategies, making an exaggerated defensive effort or a failed reading of defensive position vulnerable to opponent victories.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark.
Physicality is another major factor. Because of the more aggressive defensive styles in the WNBA, Clark will need to depend on her extended reach and instincts to make up for the defensive mistakes she used to overcome in college. She'll need to endure physical contact while fighting through screens from elite bigs while avoiding fouls, since this adaptation might take her time to master. The WNBA's tough play has surprised numerous college players, so Clark needs to show she can handle long-term physical basketball at both ends of the court.
sending a message to everyone who doubts Caitlin. Her greatness is here to stay, and even legends recognize it.
Then there's the endurance factor. Clark exhausts herself throughout games by operating at full speed on offense through screening motion and attacking point responsibilities. The WNBA requires the same level of defensive commitment, which will force Clark to play at a constant high pace because she cannot afford to rest during the game. Analysts express concern about the physical demands on Clark because she must score, distribute the ball, and defend effectively throughout an entire WNBA season.
How we view the women's game. NBA legends, icons who know the game inside and out, have been left in awe of her brilliance. The excitement surrounding the WNBA has reached new heights thanks to Caitlin's play and popularity.
The defensive abilities of Clark remain intact despite concerns about her performance. The competitor nature of her personality, combined with her basketball intelligence, shows that she will improve through dedication and proper instruction. Young basketball players who start their professional careers with defensive uncertainties end up becoming strong defenders through experience in league competition. Clark needs to demonstrate her ability to defend against elite scorers worldwide before establishing herself as a WNBA superstar beyond her scoring abilities. The question remains unsettled about whether Caitlin Clark will establish dominance in the WNBA or if her defensive weaknesses will prevent her from reaching that level of performance.
The greatest of them all, Michael Jordan, has finally broken his silence. MJ's comments about Caitlin are a game changer.
Then there's the physicality factor. WNBA athletes represent experienced professionals who dedicated multiple years to train their bodies and skills. The 6-foot, 155-pound Clark has the right dimensions, but according to experts, she needs to build more muscle and enhance her endurance to endure the physical demands of a longer WNBA season. WNBA defenders will push her beyond what college defenses ever attempted during their attempts to disrupt her game. The WNBA defenders will disrupt her movement on the court by bumping her and challenging her at the rim while she needs to adjust to these new challenges. Does she possess the mental strength to manage this kind of constant pressure throughout each game?
Who know the game inside and out, have been left in awe of her brilliance.
Supporters of the game share similar disagreements about her prospects as the experts. Many of her advocates predict that her talent combined with leadership abilities and strong work ethic will immediately make her a star player. The supporters make a case that her exceptional offensive abilities will overshadow any defensive difficulties she experiences in the beginning of her WNBA career.
This is why people don't watch this shit when y'all leave college, women's sports, because y'all hating on the best thing that's going to happen to the W.
The high level of offensive ability she possesses enables teams to develop strategies that mitigate her weaknesses because her scoring and passing performance will eventually dominate games. The WNBA history includes numerous college athletes who needed time to adapt to professional basketball after moving from college to the league. The WNBA features increased speed while competition stands stronger than college basketball, which makes it uncertain if Clark will immediately lead in the league. So, is Caitlin Clark ready for the WNBA? Well, that depends on who you ask. What's certain is that all eyes will be on her as she makes her debut. Will she silence the doubters and prove she's the next face of women's basketball? Or will she need time to grow into that role? One thing's for sure, the debate isn't ending anytime soon.